Do you have time to talk to your boss? I didn't think so. And they don't have time to talk to you either, because apparently the great flattening is upon us, which means they're getting rid of middle managers everywhere they can and just replacing them with AI. And if they can't give it to AI, then they're just offloading all of that to the remaining managers. Now, when you look at the news, they'll tell you that companies are doing it to reduce hierarchy, become more nimble, and give employees more autonomy. No, not really. They're just firing people, and shareholders always need a reason to squeeze out those profits. Fewer managers means less payroll, and if payroll is down, then the shareholders clap. Everyone else, they just get more work. Managers are overseeing more people as companies, large and small, got layers of middle management. Google recently said it cut 35% of its managers. Intel eliminated 50% of its manager layers. Match Group here, this one's actually kind of funny. You know, the company that runs Tinder and Hinge and Match and OkCupid and Plenty of Fish and Chispa and all these other ones. Apparently, they all cut 20% of their managers, and I find that funny because you're telling me that there's actually someone at that company that's not a bot? Down here, they say hurried managers, and if you're like me and thought that was supposed to be hurried, no, that's actually a word. It means stressed. Yeah, I had to look it up. Anyways, stressed managers need to find new strategies to run ever larger teams and keep up with an ever-expanding list of duties. Many employees say they need to tuck up their accomplishments because the boss is too busy to notice, and they have just a few minutes to do it. And both sides agree, only high-performing self-starters thrive. So in this part of the article, they just admit that it's not exactly how hard you work, not how long you stay there, not how early you come in, it's just how loud you are about the work that you're doing, because everyone is competing for the manager's attention now. So really, you just make every little thing that you've done into this huge ordeal. Make sure everyone knows about it. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. And then for some reason, I don't know why they put this in here. It's like Michael Scott from The Office. If you hire Michael Jordan, they don't need the same level of attention day to day as a rookie. Employing fewer people, especially fewer managers, is viewed among the board of directors and investors as a sign of the company's strength. Indeed, many companies cutting managers aren't in a position of weakness. Instead, they see eliminating potential bureaucracy as a way to ensure organizations stay nimble. Now down here, they just start saying stuff like, over the past decade or so, employees look to managers for even more. Bosses touted themselves as servant leaders. I remember that meme. It's not about me, it's about the company, which I own, that, you know. But don't think about that. It's not about me. Now, these servant leaders were responsible for guiding a company through collaboration and humility and creating an environment where younger employees felt comfortable to be their true selves. And then for some reason, they say many millennials expected bosses to know their birth dates and to make time to hear a recap of their weekends. I don't think I've ever expected that from anyone at work. In fact, I'd say most people probably wouldn't want to give out that info. I don't know. They're just saying stuff. Please don't tell your boss all that stuff every week. Like, they don't need all that info. Now down here we have the I'm Struggling bus, where they interview some people who are just miserable at their job, want to tell the Wall Street Journal and the entire world about it. I mean, it says their name and their company, where they work, their position, and they just say how much they hate it there. Why would you do that? I don't know. Eric, a manager for a health regulator in Vancouver, British Columbia, started his role in April with 8 people. Now he has 11. He says, I'm struggling to keep on top of everything. I'm trying to save my own bandwidth. Right now I'm using Microsoft sticky notes. Says he sometimes loses track of what he needs to do, but colleagues chase him down. He often wakes up by 4:30 a.m. thinking about work. I generally feel a consistent state of inadequacy. Eric, why are you telling the whole world this? Maybe it's time to go on vacation, or really talk to your boss. If employees once expected their boss to know their kids' names or whether they like Taylor Swift, some bosses say they may no longer be able to offer such a personal touch. Now, you know they're just using the word Taylor Swift in here to get that sweet, sweet SEO, to get this article trending because of the engagement. Oh, I mean, that's just like shameless SEO there, Wall Street Journal. Got to get those clicks. Now, they interview this other person, Harsha Sanagaram, who's been at Microsoft for more than a decade. He now manages 8 people after absorbing a former colleague's team. And then the article goes, that's doable. But they also don't chit-chat about life outside of work unless a team member brings it up. I'm really not sure why they're so focused on it being so tragic that they're not talking to you about personal life things anymore. Wait, please don't take away the water cooler talk, said no one. But what do you think? Does your boss have time for you? Did they ever have time for you? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, click subscribe to see me call out more corporate nonsense like this, especially when it's from like the Wall Street Journal here. Oh, and by the way, if you're looking for a resume because you're tired of this job market, then check out my links down in the description, joshuafluke.store, where I can go over your resume, send you a video back of all the changes I would make and why. Or if you don't want to do that, I'll just do it for you with a custom resume, where I'll make you a resume from scratch, still send you a video back of all the changes and why, and a whole bunch of other goodies. We've helped people with all different experiences, job gap, no experience, new grads, executives, VPs, and even CEOs, which is just so funny to me. So shout out to all the CEOs that watch my channel. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone is doing really well, and I'll see you in the next one. Also, shout out to the new office. HR lady designed this new office. It's pretty sweet, right? Like, Like look at this. This is it's so cinematic.